I knew the idea was super damn scary for everyone at first. Simply because this was a completely new frontier that no one has been on.
Initially, Mario actually thought of an idea which was supposed to go ahead with it, but somehow it didn't work out during COVID.
Because it limits the kind of technical capabilities that you can use to display on a capstone project.
And then Mario just decided to send a text message, let's go do office documentary. Then instead of saying, let's go, he actually put LEGGO. I think he was trying to be lame and funny. But then so I decided to say, oh, you want to do Lego stop motion?
And then 5 seconds later, oh shit.
And then he texted me and I was like, yeah, why not?
And I was like, okay, very nice. They have gone insane.
I died. I really died.
Yes.
I was like, shit, what have I gotten myself into?
I want to put them all in a hospital for mental institution. I thought they were all crazy. I still think they are.
People say I'm crazy enough to come up with the idea of stop motion. But I say the team is even crazier to accept that.
So when it came to me, I still remember the day when they said,
We are going to do that.
you're talking about
Stop motion.
Lego? Serious? Then really when I saw each and every one of their faces that they believed that they wanted to do this, then I was like, sure, why not?
Okay, this is going to be a very, very painful question to ask this space.
Initially, when we had the stop motion project in mind and we wanted to take it to the next level, right, I think we were still thinking of doing it in someone's apartment.
Excuse me?
But Mr. Asia stepped in and said, hey,
I think you all can look into renting a proper space for 3 or 4 months worth.
that sent me into panic because renting a studio, do you know how much that costs? And we are student filmmakers, we are not even earning any money. So, what am I going to do? Right, then I remember my uncle had a place that he currently owns, rented on him, it'd be cheaper. So we got the place. But the place in itself is not furnished as a studio, it was furnished as a student care center. Then along the way, along the filming process, we also found out a couple of troubles. And then we also prepared a can of bug spray just in case. We had to use it one time because there was an invader this size. Then there was the air conditioner problem.
No, very wonderful director.
Very down to earth.
Yes. Let's fix our aircon.
I mean, basically it's like we own the place. And when you own the place for that long, there are certain things that you need to get.
My name is Casey Lim and today I'll take you through what is going on in this space. Would you look at that, so much furniture going around, we are mopping the floor, we are vacuuming. And we have 2 people with Skylar inside, mopping the floor. Want to say hi?
So we just came back from cleaning the home office per se. We only have one singular fan. We don't have Wi-Fi there, but it's a space that we can use. Hopefully we can get the script outline fixed by this week. Then after that, once the locations are settled, I can start building Lego sets. With Andin.
When this is a student film and the school also gave us some funding and it's everyone's money also as well. So it's very important to plan well. And especially buying Legos is something new and we hardly touch. I think that became much more challenging because we also don't know how expensive or how much do we need to buy.
It's very difficult to estimate how many bricks you need, especially when they say like 120 pieces. How many is 120 pieces? I don't know.
This was $25, so we're spending $25 on one set. This, you're looking at, although not much, you're looking at $37.
This is 1,000 pieces of real Lego bricks. And I can't believe it's $110.
Initially, when I first started this project, I had no idea what to do in terms of the process.
I threw Casey a bunch of inspirations that were intricate, they were very beautifully designed, but they were not Lego.
Because my idea of a crystal chamber was this light blue atmosphere kind of vibe. My biggest challenge was trying to rethink it in a Minecraft sense, where I have to work with square or rectangle shapes to make a circular shape. That thing was so crazy to me. And then eventually I made cardboard prototypes, which eventually made it easier for the DOP and the gaffer to visualize where they want to put the lights or the camera.
I actually realized that eventually we needed lights in the scene. Things like the hangar with the lights displaying the runway, things like the hallway with the lights on the paintings. So all these things had to be in the scene, and I realized that I needed to have mini LEDs.
To be honest, this entire project was just organization after organization after organization. It was so tough because there's many variations of one brick. You can have a flat brick, you have a long brick, you have a short brick, and then you have a brick where the arm is like that and like that.
What?
Right spec. Like, you know.
So I was looking for characters with the charisma and improvisational skills to really sell their characters. I think one of the first few candidates that we identified actually became our main actors. It was Adi and Nicholas. I remember sitting in the room when I was auditioning them and when they were just rehearsing their lines, I was like, shit. Those are our characters there.
Guys, are you all tired of hearing lame jokes? Guess we need some breaks.
The recording process was also interesting because some of the jokes require nuance to say them, you know, in order for those parts to hit.
What do you call a Lego man without leg? Oh!
Throughout the entire process, we were trying different variations of lines, different ways to say it, different words used.
That is exactly what we need!
You think we have to fucking sit through?
As a DP for this project, basically I just craft the entire storyboard. I craft all visuals related, including how the positions of the character will be on set, as well as what shot sizes I'll be using with specific lenses. A lot of things we use like probe lenses for the macro shots because you can only get so close and it's a wide angled lens, whereas a macro is more close up per se. Yeah, and then because the stuff the equipments were all downscale, they were smaller, I could actually do a lot more things. The creative freedom was there for me. I can shoot top-down shots because in real life we use a crane for that, but for student films, we don't really have the budget for that. So instead, as for Lego, I could do that. I could just do a top-down shot and I could craft shots which I could because it's completely up to me. I could put a wall here, I could put a sky here, I could do anything I would want. As long as it was framed in a camera, it was up to me.
Initially, when I started off with stop motion, I didn't realize that we didn't use math.
Our film has also like different walking speeds. There's running, there's like slow motion walking, all this. So all of those are actually variations of that 4-step walk cycle.
That's when I realized that there was a timeline that needs to be created to make sure that Lego has to come at a spot that it's supposed to come. So take for example the hallway shot.
So I remember coming to Dewdrop side. I saw Entian already calculating for the whole hallway shot how many steps should the Lego walk, you know, how long should the action last. All this. So it was like a whole piece of paper and then it was filled with all calculations.
It was a long take and there was no way we could go back because the long take takes 13 hours to take for that 30 seconds. Yeah, and we did it twice.
So I think going into this edit, there was a bit more challenge as compared to a normal live action film. One main reason is because it's more limited in the type of footages. Also, there's no like emotional nuances.
We would have heard an alarm at least. Oh, like that?
It's Legos, yeah. It's a bit more inanimate objects right there.
This team has done basically what I would classify as traditional classic stop motion animation, okay? Which this school is not part of any discipline. So in that precedent, within the short time of just less than one semester of 15 weeks, this team of students by themselves, self-taught, self-learning, evolving learning, has created a project which is unprecedented. And yes, it's still a student film, but you all have set a bar so high that the film school would most probably use you as an exemplar for the next few years down the line. Based on that, I think your team, in all my years of teaching, you guys can be ranked at least the top of the chain in terms of teamwork, collaboration, camaraderie.
What?
Happy New Year!
Hey guys, I think your director wants to give some final last words for your before live shoot.
Let me just say that you guys are the tightest team ever I've worked with, and I'm proud to work with every single one of y'all. That is coming really from the bottom of my heart. I've never worked with a team that is as inspired and as hardworking as you guys. Okay, never mind, retract my statement back.
As much as your name is on the credits, you want your name to be in the project itself. You want to carry it so proudly that to call your own, so that you leave a lasting legacy for everyone that walks into this door of the school. And then they can say, oh my gosh, this team actually did this. We've got to match it up.